By that ruler, by that specific measurement of professional wrestling excellence, Foley was weak. Two names stood out as the worst offenders in this category of weakness disguised as toughness. Number 10, Mick Foley. Flair called Foley a glorified stuntman in his autobiography. Those words became legendary in wrestling circles. They sparked debates that continue today. Flair admitted Foley was a great attraction who drew money and captivated audiences. Fans loved Mick Foley. They connected with his underdog persona in willingness to sacrifice his body. But Flair did not think Foley was a great worker by the standards that mattered. He believed Foley lacked fundamental soundness in the ring. According to Flair, Foley could not execute basic strikes properly. His punches looked weak. His kicks lacked impact. He could not tell a compelling story without props to carry the narrative. Without ladders to climb or barbed wire to fall into or a flaming table to crash through, Foley struggled to hold attention. Flair came from the territorial system where wrestling was treated as a simulated struggle. You protected your opponent above all else. You worked snug to make it look real, but you avoided actual injury wherever possible. The goal was to have a great match and then do it again tomorrow night in the next town. Foley did the opposite. He took insane risks that shortened his career and damaged his body permanently. He threw himself off the Hell in a Cell cage. He landed face first on thousands of thumbtacks. He lost an ear in a match in Germany. To Flair, that was not strength or toughness. That was weakness. It showed Foley did not trust his own ability to connect with a crowd through pure wrestling ability. He needed the spectacle to compensate for technical deficiencies. Flair also criticized Foley for what he perceived as sucking up to writers and bookers backstage. He believed Foley used backstage politics to secure his spot in the company because his ring work could not do it alone. Foley was friends with Jim Ross and had connections with Vince McMahon. Flair saw this as another form of weakness. She was relying on relationships rather than performance. Foley's supporters, and there are many, argued his psychology was absolutely brilliant, that his ability to make fans genuinely care about his matches and his character was unmatched, that he understood storytelling better than almost anyone in the business. But Flair judged by a different ruler. He judged by the standards of the NWA champion who had to work a clean technical match against a scientific wrestler one night and then brawl with a hardcore guy the next night and make both matches look equally legitimate. And by that ruler, by that specific measurement of professional wrestling excellence, Foley was weak. He was a stuntman in wrestling gear, not a true craftsman of the art form Flair dedicated his life to perfecting.